especially some do not have enumeration areas that they have been assigned in. Other computers or other copy or other tablets actually lost the CS entry where you need to begin from. So all this made the problem, especially to everybody, all the enumerators and supervisors that were supposed to be in the field, to converge again back to the Lira City central office for this relocation. That's why up to now, up to around this 1 hour, you find that every enumerators, every supervisors who are supposed to be in the field by now, they are all here for rectification. And this has made a lot of technical team to have a lot of challenges in this situation. The problem is caused by that the copy was released late. Many enumerators and supervisors in Lira City did not receive their tablets in time. In fact, others have just received today. That enumeration is beginning, especially the supervisors and the police and other people who missed at the same time. The challenge that people most likely to actually concur is that their situation basing on the work in this copy situation computer will not be factorized because members did not practice very well. This is the problem that may be conquered during the course of the census. As when they are supposed to go, the use of data is required into this copy. Before you go and begin the work, you need to connect your phone with a lot of data and to the computer that has been given. But unfortunately, what is that making the work to be very difficult is that people have not been given any data allowance. So you need to make sure you buy your own your data and then you load it into the computer and your phone so that you connect for this system to work. In the training, they were told that they were free, this system can work offline. But to dismay, it is the reality in the practice that has been made. The system cannot start without having the data. Connection needs the data. And the government has not planned that. Worst of it now, the trainers told people that people will be given the transport allowance or the training allowance to help them facilitate their movement. But up to this moment, this single coin has never reached an enumerator or supervisor to even help them purchase the data that can be loaded into this. So therefore, our request to the government, especially to the UBOS team, if they really want this exercise to continue fairly and effectively, the money that is meant for training that has already been done should be paid with immediate effect, because this is the money that the people are going to use, especially to buy their data. We cannot wait until the end. This is going to cause a problem because there are key things entering what we call the digital structure code, which needs data in connection with Wi-Fi and then hotspotting with other Bluetooth. This needs money and needs the data to be done. Two, there is also have to detect the GPS. This GPS location to show where the things are need to be coordinated with the map. It cannot be done without a data on. So the problem is the government in a single coin that they plan to give. I'm urging that let this money for transport allowance and the same time for training allowance that has already been taken up be given so that to help them.
In other words, you were saying you were entitled to transport allowance.
Transport which has not been given, which actually are terming as the training allowance. It has not been given. For this is the 11th day the participants were making. But otherwise, people of Lira City as a whole, these people, they are entrusted, they are worthy of to go on. The training started, actually has taken now, this is the 10th day, but it was supposed to be meant for 9 days.
So when were you given the tablets?
The tablets was given in the 8th day of the training. And others missed the tablet. Others have just received now as you were interviewing us. So therefore, the case of practicing actually by the enumerators to get the real information, the real data, which is synchronized to be the best, is still going to be under practice. And I'm most likely to suspect that most of this work will begin either tomorrow or even next week, because other people's work in the computer has not yet been coordinated. So therefore, I request that may the government and the UBOS team to correct this situation, to give information early, to help pay the money that is meant for transport or for this training, so that to help us as the enumerators, and we make this data collection for population census 2024 much effective. Otherwise, challenges are going to be got.
Transport, what do you mean? You are supposed to walk around.
Yes. Allocation has been done automatically from the central office. There are people who are supposed to actually work in their own villages, in the enumeration area zone where they come from. But the system, it's automatically planning, programming people. You find that somebody who is in another division is going to work in another division, which is around 4 to 5 or 6, 7 kilometers, or even more than 10. Like, for example, there's person who is from Bohe ward, which is the last word which is found in the southern part of Lira city, is going to work in the last word called Arumgai, which is found in the northern part of Lira city, and the distance from there up to there is about 10 kilometers. So this is very difficult with a enumerator who is supposed to work there and then. So therefore, it is now only to sacrifice that we are patriotic people who loves Uganda. We want the system to come out so that the preventive data that is going to be collected to help the government, we now have to ask the government just to help. Don't wait until the work is done. Just this training allowance, release it, give it to the enumerators and supervisors to help them.
There was also rumors that some of you were refusing to go to the field, that you first needed to be given the training allowances.
That is one of the question, because they say during the training, it was actually clearly stated by our trainers that this allowance was not even going to actually take more than the training days that was given. So they were saying that the training allowance would be given in half of the training days that was taken, but the training half of days took place and passed into more than full capacity day without any pay.
How is this affecting you as enumerators?
Well, enumerators took about 10 days. People were here, you come here at 7, you go back at 6. You don't get any other additional work to do to get money. People are traveling long distance. For those who are riding, you need to fuel yourself, but you don't get any other source of current. For those who are coming on borders, you need to look for money to pay border to and fro. You look for it by yourself. Those who are putting these distances, so it is so expensive, my dear. The government has to look this one in a serious case. So that
on the 9th of May, with the floating population, we started by counting the travelers, the bus passengers, and then the truck drivers, including the street kids. This morning, we also started counting the household members, and it started well. The biggest challenge which we encountered was the configuration of the system, which we did not complete by yesterday. So it delayed the counting in some of the enumeration zones. Up to now, some people are just reporting the few whose systems were not configured, but majority reported in the morning. Another challenge in the city is that most of the enumerators wants to be deployed in the city center. They do not want to go very far away because they feel the transport fare which was given, which was budgeted by UBOS, is not enough to, facilitate them move very far, those peri-urban areas. So in those areas, we have deployed less than required. But we are trying to talk to most of them to see that at least all the enumeration areas and wards are well balanced. Yes.
So earlier there were also rumors that some of them were resisting to go because they have not yet been given their training facilitation. How did you people manage that?
That one is good that you said it was rumors, but it did not reach my table. Yeah, at least most of them are assured that they will get their facilitation. because by yesterday we had concluded the process of validating their telephone contacts, the names, and even the TIN. So we even did a submission through Google Forms to Uganda Bureau of Statistics. So anytime from now, they will be receiving their training facilitation. Yes.
Okay. There was also issue of data. I think it was across the country actually.
The issue of data, the CAP is loaded with SIM cards, which has some data. Here, mostly we're using Airtel and MTN. So that's